First thing I notice is that we have a Schwartz strategy by Chernobyl up on our top left here. And then over there, it looks like I think Kirby had a Texas Alter as well as Lily has Texas Alter. And then Silent in our bottom right seems to be running some 4 stars in, or no, that's Andriana, Mostima, and Click. I believe started with the Andriana and Click and then picked up the Mostima afterwards. So we see some different strategies on all of our players' sides, so like, with their Surging 15 starts, and we'll see which ones end up being the fastest here.
So out of all of these strategies so far, you said that there's a lot of different strategies. Now, is there one that you're seeing specifically here that you would say is probably the most optimal? Actually, no, a better question, in fact. So obviously there's better strats for, just clearing Surging Waves 15, correct? But out of these strats that we're seeing now on the screen, is there one that you think just might be faster, even though it might not be like, say, the most optimal to clear normally?
I think probably the fastest one that I'm seeing right now is probably the Schwartz one. The Texas Alter, you're going to have to be redeploying a lot. You have a lot more safety with it because you can go and catch any unexpected leaks. But with Schwartz, you place her down once, activate her skill a few times, and you don't have to worry about retreating Texas Alter and redeploying her every single time that she's up.
Now, compared to the other bosses, this would still be a slower run, though, unless I'm mistaken, because you're still having to clear the floor 5, right? So, in your opinion, would the faster boss in this case be to take the ending 1 boss and fight Highmore, or would it be faster to fight the last knight?
In a speedrun scenario, the fastest boss to take is actually the last knight, but that's only if you're killing him as soon as he spawns, so you can go and hit that kill gate as soon into the map because you cause the rest of the map to spawn early. But on a Surging 15, you're going to really struggle to go and kill the boss early, so I think that the last knight's actually going to be a slower than a Highmore pick, unless someone has a really strong strategy that they're really comfortable with going into the last night compared to Highmore. So personally, if I'm doing a run, I'm probably going for Highmore on Surging 15 and then into the floor 6.
All right. And it does look like we're actually seeing a couple of these players start to pull ahead. I believe that Silent, I believe it was Silent and Chernobyl here who are the furthest, unless I'm mistaken. I'm not sure if you're.
I think, well, if we were to say the hardest stage, I'd say probably the hardest non-boss stage is probably Water and Fire Union, which
On
we
floor
can
3?
possibly see. Oh, on floor 3? Oh, floor 3, it's probably Nest. But like in
Okay.
general, hardest
Yeah.
stage, Water and Fire Union for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Which we'll see
I
on
mean,
like the floor 6 and Wander into Wonderland if we see them. I doubt we'll see a Wander into Wonderland on a
I mean,
speed run though.
okay, but I'm just saying, like, if someone were to just detour and do Wander into Wonderland and still win, that would be the biggest flex possible, right? Like,
Oh,
they would actually just
100%.
be the most skilled player in Arknights. Like, no one else could beat them. So,
Yeah,
like, I'm definitely
100%.
not
No one could beat
saying
them.
that. I'm definitely not trying to imply that one of the people on stream right now should try and find Wander into Wonderland and then win. But, if the opportunity
You
arises,
know,
I mean, what could go wrong? I mean, there's only potentially,
nothing could go wrong.
Gravestone. It's not that bad, right? It's
Yeah,
only.
nervous impairment seems to be the only theme that we were going
Is that
for when we made IS3.
is that Wander into Wonderland? Hold on. This I swear to God I'm not insane. Chernobyl is going to Wander into Wonderland, right?
I think
Right?
Chernobyl just went
Yeah,
into
let's
Wonderland.
go. Let's
Chernobyl,
go. Chernobyl
Chernobyl
heard
doing
us.
it for us.
Let's go.
Unfortunately,
Hopefully,
chilling
hopefully he's
curse.
okay. I feel like that. I mean, like almost all of the bosses are tolerable. I find for Wander into Wonderland. I feel like the only one that I'm outright terrified of is Gravestone. But I think that without the right team comp, even in this case, you could still fumble. It is still a boss. That is still something you have to deal with in the rest of the map. So here's to hoping that Chernobyl here taking the fall for us and going into Wonderland. Hopefully, it's not going to be the end of the run here.
Yeah.
Not a good combination of maps either. That's Ubipata Somnia and Emergency Mechanical Menace.
Mechanical Menace is either a really nice map or a really bad map, and it really just depends on which side that artillery drone spawns in on. And if it's on the right side, then it's really unfortunate as you have to start working your ops over towards that area. Compared to when it's on the left side, you can just set up over there really nicely.
I mean, you
So
did say
we'll try and
earlier
see what
that
happens.
you did say earlier that like IS3 is about like adaptability and being able to, work with what you have. So I mean, surely if you were able to just do Mechanical Menace, it should be fine either way. I mean, like you have to be adaptable, right?
Surely. So,
Surely.
but we'll see
Well, let's see.
how much we have to adapt on Chernobyl's side.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, we'll be adapting a lot.
Well, you're still hoping that they have something that will deal with it. I do believe they still have that Schwartz there, as well as some ranged options. I mean, at least they have ranged options in this case. I feel like the worst thing that could possibly happen to get Mechanical Menace is to just not have anything that can deal with any of like the the aerial enemies on this map.
Yeah, for sure. There's a Cruise Alter out, so once we get that out, that's going to really help with all of the drones just coming in here.
I think this
And then
map might be free. Chernobyl just
then,
immediately deleting that with Schwartz there. And is that the redeployment module on Schwartz as well?
I believe so, because that seems like
I'm
a
assuming
very
that
short
30
redeployment
seconds
time.
is probably shorter than Schwartz's normal redeployment time. So I think that Chernobyl's just sat here. The absolute flex taking the emergency Mechanical Menace and, probably getting through this Wander into Wonderland with a bunch of relics on their side.
There is a forced emergency right after this on Chernobyl's side, though, and so this could.
See that? Okay, sorry.
This could go very poorly.
Just saying, if it is emergency Ubi Bonasomnia, I didn't hit you with the commentator's curse. It wasn't me. I'm innocent. I would never do that, and I would never invoke that upon you by accident.
The good news, if I am correct, is I believe Fire Water Union only spawns as floor 5, and this was a floor 6 Wander into Wonderland. So all of these enemies have both floor 4 stats, as well as will run into the floor 4 stages as well. If I'm incorrect, then that will be really unfortunate if we run into a emergency water and fire union.
So what you're saying here is it would be incredibly funny if the next map was either emergency Ubi Bonasomnia or emergency fire and ice union, right? Or fire.
There's also the random surprise of, wow, we just ran into an unfortunate emergency out of control as well.
It's just.
So,
oh wait, no, I said out of control is hard. Sorry, I said Ubi was easy earlier. Let me at least let me stick to my script. Sorry. Out of control's hard. Ubi's easy. It's just some flowers. Like, come on. What are they gonna do?
What's a flower?
Knock your operators out immediately because of sanity damage? Alright.
Chernobyl getting through that emergency with 1 leak, though, was very impressive.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of it. I said earlier, the flex of taking Wander into Wonderland on stream and still, like, winning. Looking at the other screens here, it looks like Kirby's catching up. They're hitting that third boss here, or the third floor, the floor 3 boss. There we go. Took 3 times. Getting the floor 3 boss, starting to, be able to catch back up. They were the first person who had to reset. And it looks like Silent and Lily are just kind of making their way through the earlier floors here. Lily picking up that golden glow for later. Definitely going to be useful.
Oh, Lily picked up the first of the 3 relics for ending.
It's Faithful's Utopia.
Well.
We didn't curse Chernobyl. It is Faithful's Utopia, which is, I think, still a fairly scary map, but it's not. It could be worse, right?
It could be worse.
It could be worse. I mean, it is still Surging Waves 15 Wander into Wonderland emergency operation, but it could be worse. So look on the bright side.
I think that even if they do catch up, Chernobyl's still going to have a very large advantage, as while they were forced into 2 emergencies, that also means that they were able to pick up 2 more relics on top of it, which is going to give them a major advantage, especially at Surging 15, as sometimes it's just a difference of what relics do you have or don't have that's going to go and make difference on whether you can complete a map or not. I think they might be on floor 4 or just finishing up their floor 3 as well. With Blaze of Glory, I believe that's a floor 4.
That's floor 4. Yeah, I don't think you can get that one on floor 3, which means that Raiden and Chernobyl will now be neck and neck here with Kirby shortly behind them. It's looking like, oh my god, the horn damage. Oh my god, there's something wrong
Horn
with
is
that
doing an
operator.
insane amount of damage. Was that
Kirby's down
6K I
again!
just saw?
Wait, didn't
Oh
Kirby die to
no,
the boss
Kirby!
last time? No! Oh no, Kirby.
That's really unfortunate for
Oh.
Kirby.
07. You did your best. All right. Okay, yeah, Raiden here. Let's see what's Raiden got on that team. I see the Golden Glow.
I saw Tex Alter, Golden Glow,
There's a Calcit, Yato.
Cal, and both
Is
of
that
our
just default
fast
Cruz?
redeploys.
Is
Yeah,
this
that's default.
Wait, is that a
Cruz.
read normal?
That's read normal as well. That's
correct. Read Vanguard, right? Like, okay, wait, that's kind of based.
Also, from the looks of it, that looks like Texas has the half stats, half DP cost, half redeployment time curse, which honestly might be very helpful if you're going and trying to use her to go for her CC to go and knock aerial enemies down. So that might actually be a benefit in the end for her.
For me, like, I feel like if I'm using Texas Alter, which is already a rare case because I don't really use Texas, I'm going to be honest, I don't fully understand how Texas Alter works. Like, there's too many. I don't get it. Don't try to explain how Texas Alter works to me. I'm not going to use her. But when I do use her, I feel like I'm using her primarily for the stun, right? And especially I feel like when you're, there's a lot of hovering enemies. The skimming sea drifters. I don't remember what you called them earlier. My bad. I feel like she's just a very efficient way of handling that. And I mean, are there hovering enemies in the new boss from this expansion? I don't remember. The jellyfish.
There are a few hovering enemies. The jellyfish are not hovering themselves, and will reveal, and once blocked, will reveal themselves as a different enemy.
I believe those are also.
There are a few skimming sea drifters that spawn later on in that stage, but it's not going to be as necessary as, say, like an underground ascension or something.
Yeah.
That you
one of those where you just kind of have to have some kind of way to mitigate the damage from them. It's looking like Raiden handle. I think he's fine. I feel like on this map, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. I mean, it's a very slow moving map, Blaze of Glory, but like I feel like, if you're not clearing out those like enemies, I feel like it's very easy, especially with the buffs that they're going to be having from the higher surging level here. It's very easy to just kind of get a bit of a traffic jam in the middle there, but it looks like Raiden's perfectly fine here.
Chernobyl seems to be struggling a little bit. I saw a lot of his units go down, but it looks like we're a little bit recovered. We might be able to go and keep it all.
We do have the monster.
The SP battery hasn't been used. I would have been thinking that he would have dropped it on Weedy, tried to launch all the enemies away, but
true, yeah. Either the Weedy or like maybe something. Yeah. I'm not sure what here, and I don't know if the Weedy Cannon's going to be up in time. I think he's going to leak some more, but I feel like no matter what here, he should still survive. I mean, he's got a lot of life seals.
That is, he did kill the phase 1 of the boss as well, so he only has to deal with this phase 2 now.
Okay,
so...
I misheard you. I thought you said that he hadn't killed the phase 1, and I was about to be extremely worried. But seeing him retreat all his operators here, I feel like this is the smartest choice you can make in this situation. Just, wait for the boss, wait for those last few enemies, and try and, recuperate after something bad happened. Boss does not look like it's going to give him time to recuperate, though, as our budget Frost Nova starts walking here again. And I believe the last 4 enemies are just the Yeti Ice Cleaver. Are those the Ice Cleavers? I don't remember the names. The Ice Samurais, I guess, and the casters there, which can be pretty deadly. But it's looking like Chernobyl's just going to have to leak these last few enemies. And I think Lily had to reset again.
It's really unfortunate for Lily. I think Chernobyl should be able to save this with Linar as well as the Calstit to stall. It's just setting them up and not having them be frozen instantly is the problem for him.
I think we have a new contestant also on the screen here, Tier, who is Piper's Call, which is also a floor 4. So it's looking like we're actually having a lot of other contestants who are catching up here. As the people who are on stream aren't the only people playing. There are more people who are, in the Discord playing as well. So there is always a chance that there is someone that we can't see who's much further ahead. And I mean, I feel like if I was one of these players, I'd be pretty scared of what the other players were doing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
I think,
Chernobyl is going into bullet
is that
time.
5 life seals?
On whose screen? On Tears?
On Chernobyl, is that 5 life seals if you leak discount Frost Nova?
I'm not sure how much Frost Nova takes, but I think it's probably 30, considering that Frost Nova was an ending boss. So I think that you might need all 30 life seals.
Oh no, this could go very badly. He's waiting for the Weedy.
With the dice to hold it in place for Schwartz. And Elysium increasing attack speed for Schwartz as well.
Maybe? Oh. No, it might be over here.
Cruz left. It might be over. Horn's coming up, so maybe
no,
we can get Horn down.
No, oh, maybe Horn can do something. But the boss is gonna start walking again. No, our hero. He went to wander into Wonderland for us.
Horn and Perfumer. Maybe Perfumer can keep Horn alive. I kind of doubt it, but
this is
maybe.
So cope. Oh my god! Oh, the SP battery on Cruz Alter. This is so cope. Oh god!
No, Cruz is gonna get frozen as well because Cruz is in range of 2 altars.
Oh my god!
Horn's gonna be perma-frozen by the boss.
Wait, he's got the module on Schwartz, right? No, he doesn't have it equipped this time.
He has the other one equipped for more damage.
No! Oh no! God, no! I don't think Butter's gonna say no, Chernobyl! No!
And unfortunately, Kier went down on Piper's call as well, so our leaders have been sent back to the beginning.
Oh my god! Oh, just the absolute carnage on floor 4 here. And I thought Raiden went down too. Oh my god. Okay, someone's still alive. Thank god. Lily's alive. Raiden's alive. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh my god.
Chernobyl here with the Arquetos just seems to be like clearing out like everything. We've been just going very strong with her.
It's such a good and like it's honestly like with Arqueto, I feel like both of the skills here would be so good with the concentration disorder debuff. That's in quotation marks because I feel like a lot of times, again, earlier as we discussed, it's more of a buff. But I feel like with like Arqueto, who's offensive recovery, I feel like this saves so much time on like even like skill 2, especially skill 2 and skill 3. Also,
when you went and said 2 skills, I got really confused, and then I remembered that normal people don't use Arqueto S1 like I do.
I'm sorry. What are you using Arqueto S1 for?
S1's great. I don't have to press any buttons.
You know what? All right. Well, I'll take your word for it, I suppose.
Chernobyl seemed to have a little bit of an issue there of not dealing much damage to Big Adam there.
Well,
so I think he might just be leaking. Weedy was on S1 was the problem there, and
okay, he's gonna take a walk.
So it looks like we're just gonna leak him real quick. Go and move on.
He's a buddy.
Oh, the plus 35% physical damage. That's a really nice relic, considering that it works very well with a lot of things. And we also got the golden dice there.
Okay. I know that everyone takes the, everyone in this, every normal player would take the physical damage one here. But, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of addicted to taking the dodge relic. I mean, again, definitely a little bit biased. Definitely because I use W a lot. But, seeing W dodge and then immediately do an insane amount of damage is one of the most gratifying things in this game. Because now she's actually useful when she dodges.
Oh no, Chernobyl had to go and reset there.
Oh god! He was on Sanguinarch's Legacy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on Sanguinarch's, and it just looked like his left side ground unit just wasn't able to go and tank enough.
Unfortunate.
Looking at Sar's playstyle, I think that it seems like they have some sort of plan and they're trying to figure out the best course of action. I think that it might be doable, but
Chernobyl is also just hit floor 5 here. Chernobyl's hit floor 5 here as well, so while he's deciding, he doesn't have that much time. I mean, the other players are catching up. These are again, we can only see 3 other players in addition to SARS here at a time, but there are other players who are also currently playing alongside them who aren't on stream. So, clock's kind of starting to tick here. No one's won yet. Chernobyl's got the confirmed ending 4 as well, so SARS is going to have to make his plays and fast. Yeah, Chernobyl's back on the boss, by the way. Don't know how he got there that quickly.
We almost had high ground Weeder, by the way.
He likes to feel tall. What is this, the third time we've seen? Yeah, this is the third time we've seen Highmore today. Hopefully this is going to be our clear. We are seeing a lot of similar operators, although we are seeing new positions. I don't think I've seen the Weedy before. Not there, at least.
We've seen Weedy being used, really. We saw Weedy being taken in, but Weedy was more sitting on the bench, not doing much.
So I think we're going to be seeing Weedy, shoving these crabs into the hole there, Well, maybe not both crabs, but one of them at least.
One of the crabs. We got one of them.
That's what matters. We got one.
That's the important part.
It's looking like also we have the Suzer and Schwartz combo here, just absolutely shredding the bot. Also, W. Let's go, W. Finally.
W just tried to attack 5 times there and did not get a single attack off.
She's not making me look good right now. I feel like it might have been more important to mention that I do play Sarkaz only, which is why I've had a little bit of bias towards operators like Hibiscus, the Purifier, and W here. But that's also, I have no bias at all.
Damage going out on the Highmore phase 2. We've almost taken care of it. And W not dodging a single attack there, instantly dying.
She's kind of making me look bad here after I hyped her up so much.
60% dodge, by the way.
Stop, we don't need to. Okay. But anyways, the short's coming back up here. It was looking like we are going to see the first Highmore kill also. Because this is phase 2, which means Highmore's down. Which means
take a look at the amount of HP seals that Chernobyl has.
Wait, is that 42?
42. I think that Chernobyl may be looking to go and leak Izumik on floor 6, which is actually one of the faster and safer strats.
No way, right?
On Surging 15.
No way, right?
It's just easier to leak.
Oh my god, wait, okay, so I also lied. This isn't the first time we've seen Highmore go down. We did have another floor 6 earlier. But, that one...
We did not see that one on stream.
We did not see the Highmore kill on stream, but we did see the floor 6. Okay, let's go W. W Gaming, surely.
Rerolling the shop, rolling a 6.
Okay,
6. Full shop reset.
Okay, can't afford anything though. Come on, rob him. Come on, you know you want to. You know you want to. Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Oh, no fight.
Okay. He baited
we're investing first. Oh, this is genius because you invest all your ingots because you have no use for them afterwards, and then you fight him.
Okay. I thought he was just baiting us entirely. I'm convinced at this point that Chernobyl's listening to us and just picking what's gonna make us insane.
Chernobyl's a people pleaser. The entire chat's popping off asking for Rob.
This is like the second time where we've goaded Chernobyl into doing something. Hopefully this one pays off, right?
Surely.
Also,
I think that Chernobyl's got this. Chernobyl is a very strong team and has a lot of lives to spare, so Chernobyl won't even go down on this map, even if they leaked every enemy. Yeah. But I think that they have a strong enough team that they should be able to take out at least most of the enemies on this map.
I feel like they're not going to have that big of an issue. This Schwartz has been such a powerhouse that we've seen. Every single run that Chernobyl's done, I swear to God, we've seen the Schwartz here. And, I don't know. I feel like we've got all of the bases covered. We've got our lane holders. We've got... Sorry, I've just noticed the Friston again. I completely forgot the Friston was there.
Honestly, I'm not sure why, but these snipers have some insane attack speed. I don't think Chernobyl's
Didn't we just pick up the sniper relic? Didn't you just talk about that?
That was an attack relic that we picked up.
Oh, okay. So something else is happening here. Not sure what.
Yeah, not sure where we're getting this attack speed from, but I'm sure that Chernobyl is very happy about it.
You can never complain about having too much attack speed.
The only thing standing in between him and Izumik is
an emergency.
One small emergency.
What could possibly go wrong, right? All reliable.
Okay.
All reliable. Okay, what do we have?
It's water and fire union emergency.
We have to stop talking. We have to stop talking.
All I'm saying is both players took Black Tulip and then got water and fire union emergency.
You know, I think you're onto something.
Like we keep on running into the same floor 3 bosses. So all I'm saying is those RNG seeds just might not be.
I feel like we're in a time loop, really. It just keeps happening. But Water and Fire Union here, Chernobyl being our furthest players. The other players on floor 4 or floor 5, it looks like. If he's able to get this, I feel like he might just have it in the bag with the amount of HP that he has currently. If he can do this with no leaks, that's another relic.
No leaks, that's going to be extremely strong.
I feel like if he does this with no leaks, I think that like he just wins the challenge, right? We can just let him win. There's got to be like a rule for that, right? Like he did emergency Water and Fire Union on Surging Waves 15. We can just let him win, right?
That's pretty. That's like harder than Izumik, right?
True. Exactly. Okay, so
Spectre S2 did like almost no damage to that Pompeii. That is so scary to see.
Okay, unfortunate, we do have leaks. So he doesn't auto win, but this is probably good. Let's see. Okay, so on Water and Fire Union, it is just like spiders all in that top lane and then fish on the bottom lane, correct?
Believe so.
All right, so...
Oh, I think I know what the challenge, the emergency difficulty is.
I'm thinking it might be Pompeii range, but I'm not sure what's giving this away.
I think it's possibly Pompeii range.
It might be Pompeii range. Oh, God.
So, usually against the Pompeii, you can go and place down a Lyn. And Lyn's going to have a great time as she just charges all of her SP through her module and through her talent. Now, unfortunately, we're on Surging 15, so I'm not sure if Lyn has enough res to go and take these Pompeii
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that she probably doesn't.
Especially after seeing that Nightingale go down. The shield popped, so we're taking damage.
I was really excited for a couple seconds.
Considering that our Nightingale went pop, I don't have high hopes.
Right, okay. You know it's bad? I didn't even see that Nightingale was on the team. That's how quickly she died.
We put out Cruise Alter, then put out Nightingale Alter, and I think Nightingale
Alter.
Nightingale does not have an altar. Whoopsies. And Nightingale went down.
Hey, hold on. Back up. What do you know that I don't? Where did you get this information from?
Sorry, I'm under NDA. I can't say.
All right. Well, so let's ignore that. All right. So while we are suffering here, I believe I'm seeing Lily and Hoshiomi on floor 4, and Ojini's on floor 3, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. I mean, we're seeing Pompeii on down there as well, right? Or is that's going to be Big Bob or Big Adam? My bad. They're
no,
the
that's
same.
Pompeii. Pompeii because it's the fire on the ground. Big Adam's with the eggs.
Oh, okay, true. Okay, so I was right. Never mind. I was right the first time. So we are seeing there's actually 3 Pompeii going to be on the screen here.
3 Pompeii's on 4 streams.
That's a shame that those are heavily skewed to only 2 of them. Well, Chernobyl might actually be surviving here. I mean, it's taking him a long time, but like I feel like he's got the safety to be able to play it out, right? He is the only person on floor 6. All right, Nightingale, I see you this time. You're going to survive, right? You're gonna live,
He
right?
just needs to kill 13 more enemies. And then he passes the... Oh, wait, no.
Miner's gonna...
Pompey takes 2. 15 more enemies.
Miner's gonna soak all the damage for Nightingale. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Watch, Nightingale. She's so
No, we got
good at this.
Nightingale still off. We're probably fine.
And W's gonna... Okay, W gaming, though?
W
Okay.
got
nice
a few
use, though,
kills
of this...
that we need.
Okay, nice use of the W skill 3 into the retreat, because W has one of the few skills that'll stay on the field, so getting that damage out and then getting her out of there.
She's still out there.
This is good. Oh, wait, I thought she did. Never mind. You know what? I'm blind.
No, so I think what's happening here is we're utilizing Pompey's extra range and W's minus taunt. So W's not being targeted right now.
Yeah,
which
and
is really
is.
Also, Pompey got taken down. One of the Pompeys are down. So one more Pompey will be spawning later on in the map.
Not only is he's gonna live, and not only is he gonna live, he's gonna get the extra relic out of this too.
And W just dodged a bunch of spider explosions.
W is actually okay. Nightingale is putting in a lot of work here, and Miner's putting in a lot of work here. You cannot undersell that W's kind of gaming top lane right now. Like, that is the W tile.
W has dodged so many spider explosions, making up for that one time where she did not dodge once.
Oh. She's doing her best, okay? Hoshiyomi is also on the floor 5 right now. Just turned down Wander into Wonderland. Shame. You could be going to Wander into Wonderland right now. But, I mean, okay, I assume, you know what? Someone else is on floor 6. I understand why we're not going to Wander into Wonderland, but consider, it's funny.
That Lin and Monster combo has not actually done that much damage to that Pompey. Which is a little bit sad.
But we are at, I think that's 66 out of 71 enemies, though. Like, this is... He's still got a considerable lead. Hoshiyomi still has to clear out the floor here, and that does look like it's the extended map debuff. And the other two players that are on screen right now aren't very far ahead, and that's the clear. Okay, so not
33 life cells remaining.
Okay. We're gonna get a huge relic, right? He's gonna get something insane, right?
Surely, we're getting something big, right?
Right. It's gotta be something crazy. It's gotta be something crazy, right?
Also, that's a flawless strategy 21, and that is not the relic we were looking for.
Not a relic that we really were hoping for.
We got 4 hope and +1 squad limit. We are already at maximum squad limit.
Now, do you want to explain, since this boss is still fairly new, do you want to explain the boss's mechanics so that we're all on the same page here? Now, reminder again, we are in Surging Wave 15. This thing is going to hit like a truck. But for those who don't know, Q, can you explain what Izumik does here?
All right, so Izumik, as you can see right now, is at half HP. Izumik, when those small jellyfishes are on the field, they're just relatively tanky, have a lot of HP, and a bunch of res and defense. But when they go and when they're blocked, they'll be revealed and turned into other enemies. But on the other hand, if they walk into Izumik, they will go and give Izumik SP as well as heal him a little bit. And when he gains enough SP, he'll do a global attack that damages all of the operators on the field. And this is Surging Wave 15, so he has a lot of attack, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage.
Don't worry, W Gaming's got this, right?
He will turn into he'll turn into phase 2 when either he's gained all of his HP back or after a certain amount of time has passed. And that's when he will actually be able to be damaged. So pretty much you'll either be... So there's 2 ways you can approach this. Either you go and force feed Izumik all of the offspring very quickly, so you can just go and blow him up, or you go and kill all of the offspring and let Izumik go and transition to phase 2 after a certain amount of time. Both of these are valid strategies. It just depends on what you prefer.
It looks like we might be going for the second option here as we see Moinar and W as well as Schwartz there clearing out all those enemies. On the other side, by the way, really quickly, Lily's going in for the revenge match against Monosomnia there, as well as Hoshi, I believe, is on floor 5 as well and has the confirmed ending, heading into Faithful's Utopia. But going back to Chernobyl here, now I know the enemies enemies that can spawn from the jellyfish, it depends on from where they spawn, unless I stand corrected, right?
I believe so.
What kinds of enemies can you be getting from the jellyfish?
We get all sorts of enemies. Pretty much any enemy you could think of could pretty much spawn from it. It's not actually any enemy, but over in the top right, we see some frozen spiders being spawned in. I think
Huh.
we saw a defender spawn on top of Blinar when he was blocking a jellyfish. I know that some of the casters from Dosleek's Holidays in their boats can spawn as well from them.
So it's
So
really just a grab bag. So like there's an element of RNG on top of the already inherent RNG of the game mode here, is what I'm hearing.
it's really just a surprise. Guess what just spawned for you? It's
Yay! It's
honestly
6 defenders.
yeah, it's have
I
fun.
love when it's 6 defenders.
It's my favorite.
What's that? You don't have any arts damage set up on that side? Too bad.
Whoopsies.
That's a lot of ice spiders up there. Oh goodness.
Yeah, there are a lot of enemies, a lot of these Izumik's offspring that get spawned in by when Izumik is on the field. And as you can tell, a lot of enemies have spawned, but there's 0 out of 41 enemies defeated because these don't count as enemies.
Okay, but I will say, he is handling this very well so far. I mean, he is clearing them out quite efficiently. Not a lot of them seem to have walked into Izumik at this point, so it looks like the strategy that he's employing is, as I say that there's a raid wide going, or raid wide, as I say that there's an AoE going out, but it feels like Chernobyl is taking his time and, you know, really trying to just make sure that he, like, lives through this at this point. Because, I mean, again, your opponents here are on floor 5 and floor 4, respectively. I feel like, at this point, I'm sitting pretty comfortable knowing that I'm the furthest person ahead. They still even have to get through that floor 5 boss. I would be taking all the time in the world here right now to just make sure that we survive.
Yeah, for sure. Izumik's or Chernobyl's playing very safe on Izumik here, and we're playing very like it's just very good play. Like we've just stopped. I think we've only let like Izumik eat 3 of the offspring so far, so there's not that much HP that we've had to deal with for Izumik gaining. So that's going to be really helpful for us once Izumik becomes damageable. We're not going to have to go and deal with the massive HP bar. We're dealing with just over half instead.
And
which is just going to be a lot more manageable.
We're seeing some really good management also of ops and like redeploying them. It feels like Chernobyl's like very calmly like handling this right now. Like I feel like there's not a lot of panic that I'm seeing. It feels like a lot of his like gameplay is very calculated. He seems to know what he wants out of his operators. And you know, frankly, I'm also just happy to see W do something. After she's let me down in pinch out for the past 12 hours, it's nice to see that she can be useful sometimes.
Dudley's been doing a great job with her S3 here, just controlling all of the waves here. Just letting Chernobyl go and cycle between the Lin and the W to go and deal damage to all of these enemies. And then Suzu and Ethan slowing them all down on the left side. It's just been really great to see like such synergy between all of these ops. And we've been cycling through like Weedy, Monster, and Spectre on the right side, and then Blinar just deals with everything in this that's getting to the center. But it looks like we might be leaking a few enemies down in the bottom, but we have a ton of life points to spare.
Yeah.
And
Nothing
we're
too
just gonna
concerning,
go and
really.
blow up everything with Blinar once Izumik becomes damageable here.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. It's looking really safe. I mean, there are enemies leaking, but like I genuinely don't think it's a huge point of concern. It feels like there's a lot of setup. It feels like it's still fine, you know. And while I feel like a lot of these operators probably were selected out of like opportunity, it feels like he's finding a good way to get them to synergize together, which I think is like just kind of the like true mark of someone who just genuinely understands how to play the game mode very well, is working well with what you've been dealt.
Yeah, exactly. This is just like what we're looking for for them, the top roguelike players. Like you just have to adapt to like which operators you've picked up, and then the relics you've picked up have synergized extremely well, and that's just a great great recipe for victory here. As we're just seeing some great just great usage from Chernobyl in general of all the operators, all his redeployments.
It is also interesting seeing that after the first few times that we've made it to like the floor 5 boss or floor 4, there's a lot of reliance that a lot of the players had on Texas Alter and Yato Alter. It is nice seeing that Chernobyl seems to have broken away from this a little bit with like the Weedy and like other uses of the specialist operators here. And I feel like it is really paying off that he's using like just a better like team that's more suited towards like sustain rather than burst damage.
Yeah, for sure. Because with the Texas and Yato Alter, while they do provide a lot of very like easy to place down burst damage, like makes it very easy to go and figure out like, oh, I panic, there's something like getting away. Well, I just go and drop like Texas or Yato on it. Compared to that, when you go and have all of these other core operators where it's like, okay, we have Schwartz instead. Schwartz can kind of be redeployed around, but not in the same sense as like Texas Alter and Yato Alter. And here it's just like very, okay, I'm going to set up Schwartz. Schwartz will deal with this area kind of thing. And we've gotten seen that a lot with all of the operators that we've seen. We've had Weedy go and taking care of there. We have W and Lin taking care of the left side kind of thing. So we have more like dividing up the maps into like certain areas and placing ops to take care of that compared to like trying to throw Texas and Yato all around the map.
Yeah, and it feels like while we are leaking a lot of enemies here, again, we have 27 HP still to work with. It's going to be around 24, I believe. Still, like, I wouldn't be feeling the pressure yet at this point for me. Like, I don't think that, you know, having HP start to drop here is the end of the world in this case. I feel like I would still be feeling quite comfortable if I was him. Maybe the panic might start to creep in once I drop below 20, but, like, again, you still have, you know, there's something is obviously working that he's made it this far. While we are here, though, I do believe that's Hoshiomi on the floor 5 boss, though. So we're getting really close to seeing potentially a victory here, as both Chernobyl here is on the final boss, Hoshiomi on his coattails.
Yeah, Hoshiomi going in, setting up. It looks like we have a Linar and Mostima here. I'm not seeing like a horn, which is what we've seen a lot of people go for, but instead we have a golden glow in the bottom left corner of Hoshiomi's screen to go and
that is the golden glow tile.
Yep, the golden glow is in the timeout corner once again.
Is that a targetable Izumik I'm seeing on? Oh no,
Izumik is targetable, but
it doesn't look like we have any damage out.
Gone down and
Minor went down. Wow. I think Schwartz might be going down here as well, which is going to be a huge loss as Suzerain's skill's been popped.
Suzu goes down as well, and so does Schwartz.
Oh god, it's looking kind of dire here.
That's looking very bad. It looks like Izumik's heading towards the box as well. Like this isn't looking good. There's a lot of enemies.
There's a lot of enemies on the screen and not a lot that can deal with it here. Those mortar gunners are actually so unfortunate there, taking out the Lin, helping take out the Nightingale and the Schwartz, who were next to each other. Those are genuinely just rolling those enemies might have actually cost the run as they take out W as well. There's no operators and only 4 life points left. It looks like Chernobyl's gonna have to restart.
That was really unfortunate. We didn't even see any dodges from that W either. Just to add insult to injury. The dodges wouldn't have done anything, but it's just like... But...
No!
Chernobyl! That's really unfortunate, with Chernobyl falling right on Izumik.
Through the excruciating emergency water and fire union, Chernobyl's going down to the floor 6 boss. Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. What an insane run. 40 relics. Absolutely just insane run to have. And he's immediately going back in. Not even a second wasted as he just starts flooring it again. He's got a lot of time to make up here. And I mean, again, all of the other players here are now so far ahead. Chernobyl has to go fight the St. Carmen again. Hopefully these players have picked up what they want. For Lily, this would be such a huge redemption arc. I mean, we've seen them on the stream almost this whole time. We've watched them fall quite early, and it would be an insane, like, you know, victory for them to get out here and be able to win on, like, stream.
Running through my veins. Our history